Dundiff. Thank you, dear. Micah Gray. Eric Greenholm. Are you coming or? His brother Ryan. Ryan Greenholm. Michael Gasperbeck. Daniel's not here. Alex Dobson. Okay, juniors. Brian Kang.
The one thing I can definitely say about our season was it was a lot cooler on the golf course than it is in here. Congratulations and hats off to these guys playing in some absolutely miserable weather. Thankfully, I didn't have to play, so I could be warm and dry. I remember Island where it took me finding a pine tree with the bottom branch clipped off that I could stand under to keep from getting soaked. Well, luckily I could see 4 holes from there, so those are precious neighbors. But we played in some absolutely cruddy weather, but the golf was pretty awesome. The guys played in 4 invites. We started out at Hudson Mills, 22 teams, 110 individuals, and we finished first in the public school. Catholic Central might have finished first and second, but we can't recruit like they do. So in our book, we finished first in the public school with the blue team, and our second, we were able to play 2 teams, both teams finished 12th. So both teams placed in the top 12 out of 22 teams. Out of 110 players, Micah finished 5th overall that day. Congrats. And Charlie, Jack, Boyle, and Peyton all tied for 11th. So good job there, guys. Oh, hang on. That was a Highland Classic. I forgot about Hudson Mills. I'm getting all mixed up. That's what happens when you don't stick to your notes. So back up. Hudson Mills is where we had that, and Micah finished 5th. Harper, Adrian tied for 11th. I jumped down to the Highland Classic because that's where the weather was. But there, 15 teams, 73 individuals. Our blue team did finish first, counting everybody. Gold team finished 6th, so both teams were in the top 6 out of 15. And the soaked rat Keegan finished 5th overall. He was about as wet as you can be at the end of that day. Ben finished 6th, and that's where Charlie, Jack, and Dayton tied for. Good job there. Bedford Invitational, 5 teams, 73 players. Blue team finished first, gold team finished 4th. Jack Boyle tied for first medalist position, and tied for 3rd with Ben. Ben tied for 3rd, and Peyton and Charlie both tied for 2nd. So we had some top 10 performances in every one of them. The Farmington Invite, 26 teams, 129 players. Team finished 3rd overall. Pretty good showing, especially considering the competition. The 2 teams we lost both had quite a few juniors on the slide. But there, Harper finished 2nd overall, and Keegan finished 6th overall. So you can see we had a lot of different players throughout the year finish high, which was really nice. This team was a joy to coach and a pain to coach because it was so hard to determine the lineup. Luckily, we had a lot of events where we were able to play 2 teams, so that helped out tremendously. But a lot of good golfers, a lot of improvement throughout the year. We had 7 different people that led the team in scoring throughout the year, so it was a really solid effort by everybody. In our SCC matches, we played 10 different matches. We won 9 of them versus the competition. So some of you guys are in AP math, but I think that's like 90%. So good job. We had a bunch of people do extremely well. We had medalists in 5 of those. One of our people led the scoring. Jack Boyle versus Chelsea. Harper led the scoring versus Adrian and Lincoln. Charlie versus Jackson and Huron, Harper again versus Bedford and Monroe, and Keegan versus Skyline. So you can see we got contributions from a lot of different players. In the SEC Team Championship, which I might notice is the biggest trophy up here. Thank you, JD. The team did finish first down there, with Micah finishing second overall. Charlie Hadron and Ryan all tied for fifth. So a really strong showing at the SEC Championship. So well done, guys. That summarizes our year.
Nice trophy, guys. Way to get a win for our team. Okay. Oh, not a dig, not a dig. All right, here I'm gonna back it up right here. So varsity season, the guys started off with it was a partner event, and Zeb Siegel and Brian Kang tied for first place. Zeb, Brian, Giuseppe, and Will, who partnered and finished third, all made the all-tournament team. So what a great start. On the SEC side, we also got off to a hot start, winning our first 4 matches, including getting some revenge on Chelsea from last year. We finished the season at 10-3, but unfortunately finished a disappointing 4th in the conference. We did have 2 guys, though, make the all-conference team for the second time, and that was Zeb and Giuseppe. So congratulations to you guys. Back to the invites. It was kind of a tough year going for us this year, with many of the tournaments. We had some really good individual performances at times, but just getting everyone to have a good day at the same time just didn't happen as much as we would have liked. But there were really some good moments for our team, though, and it certainly started, as I mentioned, with the first win of the season. After that, the team was invited to the Elite Corporal B Invitational at American Dunes. The whole experience, for both the guys and myself, was so impactful. From the playing of the national anthem to start the event, to when at 1 p.m. everybody on the golf course came to a complete stop and didn't move as they played taps and had 13 chimes for the original stars on the flag. And I was positioned in a spot out on the course at that time where I could look back towards the clubhouse and see a whole bunch of different groups. And it was just really, like I mentioned, impactful to see all these young men and everybody just standing at attention and not moving and honoring what this tournament was all about, which is to honor our fallen heroes and the Folds of Honor event. They also have on the 18th tee a cross behind the tee where everybody puts a nickel, throws a nickel into the grass. And the significance of that is there's a phrase among the military that a nickel in the grass saves a fighter pilot's ass. And this cross has thousands of nickels around it. The guys learned about the Folds of Honor program and also became aware of a Saline hero in Katie Melcher, a former Saline girls golfer who became an Apache helicopter pilot. Many times, positive impacts can be achieved irregardless of what you shoot, what your score is, and this tournament was one of those. We're very fortunate that we had varsity A and B teams competing pretty much all season. I feel good about the amount of playing time that all of our players got. As Coach Hoffman said, a lot of good players, and just want to try to give them as many opportunities as we could, and just a real blessing too to get back to Coach Hoffman. Coach Falkowski, who was our coach in the past, did a wonderful job, but he was also a teacher, and it was really difficult for him to get away as much as Coach Hoffman could. So we're very fortunate that we have the opportunity to play in a lot of tournaments, and Coach Hoffman makes a lot of that possible. I know some of the guys wanted to play more, but sometimes, there's only so much we can do. We played some great courses this season, including Oakland Hills, Country Club of Detroit, the University of Michigan, American Dunes, as I mentioned, Polo Fields, and the Meadows. At the U of M tournament, freshman Harper Hummel led the way for the Hornets, shooting a 77 on a tough course and shot a career low and made the all-tournament team. That was just an outstanding performance, and congratulations on that. The team got the opportunity to play at the state finals course, the Meadows, in the Lakeland Invite a couple weeks before the tournament, and this was our best performance of the season. Nick Nieheimer and Giuseppe shot their career lows, and the team finished fourth against a very strong field. As we headed into the postseason, it was a three-team race for 2 spots, with both Bedford and Pioneer having just beat us in the SEC championship. The guys rose to the occasion in a very exciting tournament, and we were nip and tuck with Pioneer for the 3rd spot. With about 5 holes to go, we took a good lead on Pioneer, and I figured we had that 3rd spot wrapped up, as Bedford at times was 15 spots ahead of us. Then the game of golf raised its head, and Bedford stumbled down the stretch, and we finished in 2nd as regional runner-ups. This was very exciting and allowed us to qualify for the state tournament. I was very, very happy for the guys. At States, the weather was beautiful, the winds made the course very challenging, and the guys gave it their best. Our team finish is not what we hoped for, but there were definitely some highlights. Giuseppe shot another career low. Harper got in the state tournament as a freshman, following in Brian Kage's footsteps, who played in the state tournament his freshman year. Will Winslow also got to experience his first state finals, as did Cullen Ellis. Even though the scores were not as good as most of the guys wanted, the privilege of playing in the state finals is something they earned and should be very proud of. You forever will be a Saline High School state finals participant, and that's so cool. So when you get to be our age, you'll appreciate it more. So congratulations.
You can also embellish the story a little bit.
Yeah. The scores get better and better, the winds get bigger and bigger, the rough gets bigger and taller and everything. Okay, with some awards. As many of you remember, we had some supply chain issues last year, and we're unable to get some of the awards.